Assalamu alaikum. I've been going through something challenging, and the emotions that I'm feeling are very strong and intense, and not really what you would expect given the situation at hand. And at first, I had those thoughts like, oh, why am I feeling this, or is this like an over exaggeration? But then I remembered my own words, and it's something that I say to people, particularly in the context of OCD, but it works for the rest of life. Your emotions aren't right or wrong, they're not really true or false. What you're feeling is what you're feeling. If you get slighted at the grocery store and you get really worked up about it and you're angry and everything, and it's almost as if someone was attacking your honor and dignity, your family, and you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? Or people say, why are you feeling like that? But what you're feeling is what you're feeling. You can't really say that I should have this emotional response or that one in this situation. What you're feeling is what you're feeling. And it's important not to shame yourself for having the emotions that you are, because it'll make it more difficult to process those emotions. When you shame yourself, you suppress them, and then they end up staying longer in your body and your nervous system, and then you deal with the issue longer than you would have otherwise. And it's definitely important not to use Islam to shame yourself, because then you're adding the religious element. Oh, I'm a bad Muslim for feeling this, my iman must be low, all of that. It kind of brings you away from Allah a little bit, and that's not good. With your strong emotions, you have to let them flow through you. What you're feeling might be a indicator of something, going on in your life, or just your sense of justice, or this or that. You'd be able to figure out the context, inshallah, given your situation, but you really got to let them flow through you. Let them speak their message, and then you'll be able to think more clearly and maybe resolve whatever issue you're having, you know. And it might take a long time. It's true, it might take a long time. But if you're feeling sadness, let yourself feel the sadness. The problem that people kind of put onto big, strong emotions is that they assume that the emotion is the problem. It's not the emotion, it's what you do with the emotion. In Islam, we're supposed to be really respectful to our parents. Say one of your parents asks you to do something and they're getting on it and they're really irritating you and you feel anger. Is the problem the anger, or is it that you act on the anger? Because it's what you do with that emotion that is good or bad, right and wrong. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should be all prideful and arrogant and that those are good things to feel when you see someone in a worse situation than you. Like, that's not good. That's definitely not good. The biggest issue is if you act on that feeling instead of kind of reining yourself in. So that's my message for today. And I'll see you all the next time, inshallah.